Welcome on board, aviators. Let's solve a few questions on Articles 17 to 28 of the Chicago Convention. Let's get started. Starting with question number 1. What does Article 17 of the Chicago Convention state about an aircraft? Option A, aircraft must have dual nationality. No, that's not possible. Every aircraft must have a single nationality, and even if the registration of that aircraft changes, the first registration has to be deregistered first and then move to the other country. So option A is incorrect. Option B, aircraft have the nationality of the state where they are registered. Yes. Option C, all aircraft belong to ICAO. No. Only military aircraft require registration. No. So option B is the correct answer. Second question. Can an aircraft be registered in two countries at the same time under the Chicago Convention? Option A, yes. B, no. C, only with ICAO approval. D, only for commercial use. So Chicago Convention does state about the aircraft registration, dual nationality. So no aircraft is supposed to have dual nationality. So it can be registered under one country at a given time. So the correct option is no. The aircraft cannot be registered in two countries at the same time. Question number 3. Under which article is the registration of aircraft covered? So we discussed about Article 17 to 28 in the previous video. If you haven't watched that, please watch that. It will help you in solving all these questions. So Article 17 talks about the nationality of aircraft. An aircraft registered under a country attains its nationality, right? Article 19 talks about the national laws governing registration. And Article 22 talks about the facilitation of formalities. So the formalities like customs, immigration, and those things are discussed under Article 22. And Article 18 is the one which talks about dual registration or the registration of aircraft. So the correct option is B, Article 18. Question number 4. Which article talks about customs and immigration procedures? As we discussed in the previous question, so Article 21 talks about the report of registrations. Every country has to report the registration or deregistration of an aircraft to ICAO. That is discussed in Article 21. Article 20 talks about display of marks. The nationality and registration marks of an aircraft should be displayed. Article 24 talks about the customs duty, and Article 22 is the one which talks about facilitation of formalities. Formalities like immigration, customs, and all those things. So correct option is B, Article 22. Question number 5. What must a state report to ICAO as per Article 21? So since we are dealing with registration and nationality of aircraft in these articles, so we know that a country should report the registration and deregistration of an aircraft to ICAO for a centralized store of these information. So the correct option is C, registration of aircraft. Question number 6. Which article exempts aircraft in transit from custom duties? An aircraft in transit has the fuel, it may have its spare parts, and the aircraft itself. So all these things are exempted from the custom duties. So the country where the aircraft is going to land cannot put custom duties on these parts or on the aircraft, because that aircraft is temporarily entering that country. So these custom duties are not applicable to that aircraft. Article 23 talks about customs and immigration procedures. 27, exemption from seizure on patent claims. So a country cannot claim the patent and seize that aircraft in flight. That is what Article 27 talks about. Article 25 aircraft in distress. Every country should help an aircraft in distress. That is what Article 25 talks about, and Article number 24 talks about the custom duty exemptions of an aircraft in transit. The correct answer is option A, Article 24. What is the main focus of Article 25? Granting airspace permission? No, none of the articles discuss about granting airspace permissions. Aid to aircraft in distress, fuel duty exemption, observer appointment rights. The correct answer is option B, aid to aircraft in distress. So whenever an aircraft is in distress, the country where the aircraft is flying over should try their best with all the possibilities to help that aircraft. Question number 8. According to Article 19, what governs registration and transfer of aircraft? Is it ICAO, the United Nations, national laws of the registering country, or the international treaties? So when we talk about Article 19, the registration and deregistration of an aircraft is handled by the national laws of the registering country. The ICAO does have some rules, some recommendations for the registration and deregistration, but finally the laws of that particular nation, that particular country, is applicable for the registration and deregistration. For example, in India, DGCA handles the registration and deregistration of an aircraft, and these are reported to ICAO, but the processing itself happens at the national level. So correct answer is C, national laws of the registering country. Question number 9. Article 20 requires an aircraft to display its. So we have the owner's name, manufacturer's logo, registration and nationality, ICAO code. This is a simple one. So every aircraft should display their registration and nationality marks on their body as per the Article 20. Question number 10. What does Article 26 require a state to do when an accident occurs in its territory? So an aircraft belongs to a different country, but the accident happened in a different country. What are the responsibilities of that country? Right. Option A, transfer inquiry to ICAO, inform passengers' families, institute an inquiry and allow registered state to observe, ban that airline. So whenever an accident happens, wherever it happens, the country that owns that airspace, that territory, should start the inquiry. At the same time, it should also allow the state of registration, the country of registration of that aircraft, to observe that inquiry. Right? So they have the complete right to observe that inquiry and they can view the reports. So the correct answer is option C. The country should institute an inquiry and allow registered state to observe. Question number 11. Under Article 27, patent infringements do not apply to. Option A, military aircraft flying over neutral zones, civil aircraft temporarily entering a territory, domestic cargo aircraft, and aircraft involved in commercial disputes. So patent infringement means when a country claims the patent over an aircraft or its parts when it enters their territory. Right. So Article 27 is the one which protects that aircraft from these type of infringements. So the country will not be able to seize that aircraft because of these patent infringements. So the correct option is option B, civil aircraft temporarily entering a territory. So the aircraft enters the country temporarily. That is why the patent infringements are not applicable on that aircraft. Article 23 mandates states to option A, allow private aircraft unlimited access, provide standard MET and NAV facilities, apply their laws to foreign aircraft, exempt foreign airlines from taxation. So Article 23 talks about applying the laws equally to foreign aircrafts, right? So correct option is C. Now a country cannot provide a private aircraft unlimited access, right? And they should provide MET and NAV facilities, but that's not discussed under Article 23. So providing laws equally to foreign aircraft, the same laws that they apply to their domestic aircrafts should be applied to the foreign aircrafts by that country. Question number 13. Which article deals with airport infrastructure and facilities as per ICAO specifications? So the airport infrastructure and facilities should be provided to a foreign aircraft, and with the similar costs, right? That's what we had read. Article 19 talks about national laws governing registration. 26 talks about investigation of accidents. 23 talks about customs and immigration procedures, and Article 28 is the one which talks about air navigation facilities and standard systems. So a country is expected to provide the air navigation facilities and other systems to the foreign aircraft with similar charges. So the correct option is option B, Article 28. Okay, so till now, if you are interested, if you solved the questions, if you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, please add them in the comments, which will help me improve this video. Moving on to Article 14, sorry, question number 14. If an aircraft is re-registered in another country, what must the original country do? So an aircraft was registered in country A and now it is being registered in country B. What should the original country, which is country A, do? Keep dual registration? No, that's not possible, because an aircraft is expected to be registered in a single country at a given point of time. Cancel the old registration? Yes. So when an aircraft is being re-registered in another country, it should first cancel or deregister the previous registration. So the correct option is option B, cancel the old registration. Question number 15. Which of the following articles obligates a state to facilitate smooth international air navigation? So every state is required, every state meaning every country is required to provide the facilitations to an international aircraft so that the air navigation, the international air navigation is smooth, and it does not cause any inconvenience to the passengers. Article 20 talks about display of marks, the registration and nationality marks. 27 talks about exemption from seizure on patent claims. Article 17 talks about nationality of aircraft, and 22 is the one which talks about facilitation of formalities, meaning providing the formalities to the foreign aircraft, and there should not be any delay because of these formalities. So the correct option is C, Article 22. So that was it. These were few questions on articles 17 to 28. We will have more such questions in future. I'll be creating a few more videos for practicing these topics. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you get notified of these videos, and do put your suggestions in the comments. Thank you.